What's up, agents? When you're at a party or when someone comes up to you at a coffee shop, have you ever been asked, how's the market? And you immediately jump in, you're ready to go, you're telling about how the market is, you're spewing all of this information, whether it's positive or negative, interest rates, inventory, all the things. Well, today, I'm going to tell you one answer that will change your career. Stay tuned. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Real Estate Agent Playbook. My name is Jeremy. I am here to help you win every single day at the game of real estate. So please, while you're here, if you like what you hear, please share this, throw me a comment, be forever grateful. If you're listening on the podcast, please share this with your favorite real estate agent. We are growing that community day by day, show by show, and I'm forever grateful for all of the support you guys have given me. But let's get into this. I was recently at a conference, the next big thing, given by Nicole Ruth here in the Denver metro area, and she had a guy by the name of Phil Jones that was the keynote there, and he absolutely blew my mind with some of the things he said, very pertaining to real estate. He talked a ton about real estate agents and the self-indulgence and how we often answer questions from our own best interest, from our own frame. And he started talking about the how's the market question. And if you're anything like me, you're kind of up to date on all the knowledge. Obviously, Nicole Ruth's statistics are forever ringing in my ears. And when people ask me how the market is, I typically always say good. And the truth is, it's not good for everyone. And so Phil kind of threw a wrench in it. We're going to talk about what he said and the one-liner that you can use that will absolutely change your business a little bit later. But let's start from a buyer's perspective, right? Their how's the market typically is it a good time to buy or sell? And Phil likened this question to asking someone who lives in Florida or California, hey, how's the weather, right? And sometimes it's just the way we start conversation. And truthfully, the person asking it, when they ask how the weather is, usually doesn't really care. And he was saying that, sometimes since people know that we are in real estate, they'll say, how's the market? Is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to sell? And we just kind of clamor on and say a bunch of things that go in one ear and out the other. And so when we're talking about the market, and if a buyer walks up to you and says, or someone walks up to you and says, hey, is it a good time to buy a house? As an agent, we've been trained, it's always yes, right? It's a great time to buy a house. The best time to buy a house was yesterday. The second best time is today, right? And that truthfully, what he said is it's a true reflection of exactly how you feel, right? And how can you tell a buyer that it's a good time to buy before you know their circumstance? What if they are in a situation where they own a home and their interest rate is 2.75 and they're perfectly happy in their house? Is it a good time to buy for them? Probably not, right? And so as you kind of go through this and you're talking about this, any answer besides the one that I'm going to give you at the end of this is a little bit self-fulfilling. So regardless of if you use what I'm going to tell you at the end of this video, or you have some other response to that question, the truth is it depends on their situation. So step back and actually dig into what their situation is, because it truthfully cannot be a good time to buy for every single person that asks you that question. And as we kind of start to think about that, does our value stack kind of change? Does our approach change? Do we start attracting more people that can trust us? Do we build our level of trust a little higher if we're actually digging deeper than just answering the surface question? And the answer is probably yes. Right? So Phil Jones, obviously author of Exactly What to Say, a great book here, however, changed the whole perspective, right? And throughout his talk at the next big thing, he would ask, hey, is it a good time to sell? And the real estate agents would continuously be like, yeah, it's a great time to sell. Well, he kind of went into it. So if we're talking about sellers, hey, Mr. Real Estate Agent, is it a good time to sell my property, my investment property? Well, I don't know. Is your investment property cash flowing like crazy, right? It's a pretty good time to sell overall because the appreciation's high and so on. But if you have a really good tenant in there that's, cash flowing and everything's good, I mean, is it a good time? Then you have the taxes and you have all the things that come into it. Okay, let's flip the script. Say, it's a flat market. You have a home that's in one of those areas that, definitely is about what they bought it for. They have a tenant that they're just kind of breaking even with. That's all great, right? However, let's flip the script a little bit and say that tenant's not paying any rent and they're cash out of pocket to pay their mortgage every single month because they're still living in the COVID years and they don't have to pay rent in some, states that we may or may not live in, right? And so in that case, is it a good time to sell? Maybe, right? And then you have the tenant problem and you have to go down that road. But at the end of the day, it depends on what the seller situation is, right? Is it a good time to sell can never be answered. So what is that question? How's the market? Interesting. Why do you ask? And this one question, I was like mind blown, like completely changed the whole deal, right? First and foremost, we can figure out if they actually give two shits how the market is, right? But secondly, it's a way of prospecting without any cold calls, without anything, right? Because if someone says, how's the market? And you say, interesting, why do you ask? They could say, well, my brother's looking to buy, I'm looking to sell, my mom's looking to sell, whatever they say. Or they could say, actually, I'm just wondering. Like, that's when you're like, okay, well, we might as well talk about the weather in Florida. They may just be asking, as a, something that comes out of their mouth automatically. But they could be like, oh, why am I asking? Oh yeah, because my neighbor was talking about putting their house on the market. Or I'm truly thinking about downsizing because I have a massive house. Sure, I have a great interest rate, but we don't use 90% of the house and our electrical bill's higher because of that, or whatever that looks like. And so they're going to give you leads, right? We talk all this about leads and all this stuff. Think about if we quit paying, OpCity 35% or Zillow 45%, or we quit paying monthly for those leads that are coming in that are terrible and we just have to sit on the phone all day. Think about if we just answer the question, how's the market, with the term or the phrase, interesting, why do you ask? Because that could lead to many, many leads, and it's absolutely free. It's just a response to a question that we get asked over and over and over again. So special thanks to Phil Jones for providing that information. And then we just need to make sure that we're, capturing those people. Get ready with your notes, get ready with whatever, you can take it from there. But interesting, why do you ask? Will absolutely change your prospecting game forever. So I hope that one helps. If it does, please throw me a like, comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions about where it goes from there. We could definitely hop on a call and take it further. However, for now, I'm going to let you lament on interesting. Why do you ask? Hope you guys have a good one. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.